Mr. Prime Minister, Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is my fourth visit in this beautiful country, and I must say I'm quite pleased to see the evolution, and especially in the information and communication technology sector. This session addresses the digital Moldova, and what an opportunity for the Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union, whose mission is to connect the world, to be here. At ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, as many of you know, our mission to connect the world and to bring the benefits of ICTs to all the world's people, wherever they live and whatever their circumstances. This we do with our 193 member states and more than 700 sector members drawn from industry, academia, and civil society organizations. I firmly believe that if we can succeed in achieving our mission, then we will see an unprecedented social and economic improvement for all, and that we will continue to make bold steps in accelerating toward meeting the Millennium Development Goals. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made the most extraordinary progress in the first 12 years of the new millennium. In the year 2000, around half of the world population, around half of the world's richest countries had a mobile phone, but average mobile penetration here in the CIS was under 2%. At the beginning of the millennium, around 280 million people use the internet worldwide. In not much more than a decade, that figure has grown almost tenfold to reach just over a third of the human population, 2.5 billion people. But yet, of course, we still have far to go, because 2/3 of the world population is still unlocked. 2/3 of the world population are refused access to the world's biggest marketplace. Of course, here in Moldova, as Minister has shown in his presentation, you have over 68% of internet penetration, over 120% mobile penetration, which means that you are above twice the world average in internet penetration, and you're way above the world. You are among the world's most connected people in terms of mobile subscriptions. You have the greatest benefit of having a small country, but young population and very good institutions, universities, very well educated people, and therefore this gives you the same opportunity as any other country in the world, making Moldova one of the most competitive countries in the world. We in the international community believe right in what we see here, in a digital plan, a digital plan based on broadband access. As you know, 3 years ago, I set up at ITU with the Director General of UNESCO the Broadband Commission for Digital Development, whose mission is to ensure that every country has a national broadband plan. And I'm here today to see the fulfillment of this national broadband plan and a vision based on a vision 2020. For a country to achieve its goals, you need to have a leadership that dares to dream and dream big for its people. Prime Minister, we believe in your leadership. We believe in the dreams that you're putting here for this country. And you are sharing that dream, and that dream becomes a vision, a shared vision that Ministry of ICT is implementing together with the international community. feel proud to be part of this, and we give our commitment to accompany Moldova, not to assist you, to accompany you in fulfilling your dreams, in sharing the best practices that we have in the world, in ensuring that while we are in the information society and our ultimate goal is the knowledge society, that while we are moving toward that sharing of information will enable us to ensure that you will not make mistakes that were made already somewhere else, or you will not reinvent something that was invented somewhere else. And that will share also the good and bad experiences, whatever you will have here, with the rest of the world, so that we move forward together. Mr. Minister, the 3 pillars that you have put in place for the Moldova ICT, which are based on infrastructure, content, and capacity, are the 3 main pillars that the Program Commission has put together in its first report in September 2012, that we handed to the UN Secretary General, hoping that every country, every nation will be able to implement the national program plan. We are very pleased to see this going in motion. And as I said, this is the reason why we created the Broadband Commission together with UNESCO. ITU's capacity is in infrastructure building. And an organization like UNESCO in the United Nations is to create content. And capacity building is, of course, the cornerstone of any program, any national plan. And therefore, we feel that this is based on a very solid foundation. And you can see the roof of this beautiful building is information society. And we believe that this is achievable goals. They're ambitious, yet achievable. And together with the international community, we will be able to deliver this together. Mr. Prime Minister, we live in a hyper-connected world today, where as we are moving forward in being from the information society to the knowledge society, we also need to take into account some of the very critical issues such as security for our companies, our governments, and our children. Therefore, cybersecurity becomes one of the key pillars of the development of any national plan. And therefore, we are very pleased to see how much seriousness has been put behind taking into account cybersecurity while keeping in mind the preservation of human rights. That therefore, we believe that this program will enable us to address all of the aspects of this knowledge society that we are moving into. Mr. Secretary General, Mr. Prime Minister, dear colleagues, I am also very proud to having come here so many times. I've been able to witness the progress as you walk in this city. You can see the progress every time you come. And therefore, this shows that leadership is dreaming for its people. Its implementation, development is in motion. And the vibrant private sector that is present here, that I have seen from my many visits, are very positive signs. Another, of course, very positive sign, personally, I see in this room 3 former ministers. So it shows the minister is still working with his former colleagues, and that's really, to me, a reassuring sign. And if you forget your past, your future will be in danger. And I'm very pleased that the minister has been very kind to ensure that he is giving the right respect to his predecessors. Private sector involvement in this plan will be key. ITU has a long tradition of working with private sector. We are the oldest organization of United Nations family, but we're the only one with over 700 companies in addition to our 193 member states, working hand in hand. I myself came straight from private sector to ITU, and I'm proud to be leading this organization at this crucial time where information and communication technology is the cornerstone for every nation's development. It is the cornerstone for the development of all of the other sectors of society, from healthcare to education to government to commerce. All the sectors will depend on the growth of information and communication technology. And this industry is basing its development on the key ingredient that every nation has, that's human brain. No nation is too small or too big, because the power of the brain is the same everywhere. And therefore, this industry is giving us equal opportunity wherever we are. Therefore, it is my pleasure to here again restate the international community's commitment to work with Moldova to fulfill its mission and its dreams and put in motion a digital Moldova. I thank you very much for the great opportunity, and I would like to take the opportunity again to thank Moldova for providing ITU with very high-level experts. As you know, in our Moscow office, you have a Moldovan who is there, who is, has been very much contributing, and we recently had an expert from Moldova to the ITU radio communications sector. We know how well you manage spectrum here. You know how much your universities are providing very highly skilled experts, and therefore we hope to make good use of that. I thank you very much for the opportunity to invite me again to participate in this very, very important event. To me, it's one very important step that we can add into ITU's portfolio. I thank you very much, and I wish you a very great success.